Good morning. Good morning. Come on in here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith. My platform is designed to assist high school age and young adult males as they follow my basic principles to overcome obstacles from their personal lives and society to build their best lives. I believe it is better to train early rather than to try to fix later. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Whether you are tuning in from the United States, Canada, the Bahamas, Jamaica, Nigeria, Facebook fans, YouTube fans, Periscope fans, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy that you decided to join me this morning to see what tips I have for you in order to assist you in building your best life. And now the series that I've been, doing this month is about growing up Black in America. And that may be a topic that is taboo for some, too much for some, or where is she going? What is this all about? It is not to bash anyone. My platform is to help people, to help. A lot of people during the whole George Floyd when it first happened, a lot of people came out stating that they didn't understand. They wanted to know what they could do to be better, if they were making people feel a certain type way. So this is just my attempt to educate. Sometimes we as people, and I mean all people, don't do better because we don't know better. When I was coming up, I just knew people. I know people didn't all look the same, but my parents never taught me hatred of anyone. And I'm pretty sure they went through a lot because I was raised by my mom, my dad, and my great-great-grandmother. So I'm pretty sure that she had gone through a lot, but they never tried to instill any type of hatred in me against anyone. So I have always grown up to love everyone, and I judge people by the content of their character. So this is only to assist people in those areas that maybe you're not aware. And it's very interesting, a lot of times we have opinions about things, and then as we begin to research, we find out some other things, that so maybe some of the things that we were thinking may not be exactly what our opinions were. So it's always good to touch on different topics because you can learn so much. Good morning, Dan. Thank you for tuning in. Glad to see you on here this morning. Now, so this morning, what I'm talking about is preschool and beyond. Preschool and beyond. And in my opinion, young kids, like we're talking toddler, when they first go to preschool, they don't see color. They see girls and boys. So young kids can have fun with what? Their friends. They just see girls and boys. As they progress to elementary school age, kids begin to understand words and actions of adults. So now I can hear my parents when they call people names, or when they say hurtful things, or call out the differences in people. So at elementary age, kids begin to shy away from certain girls and boys. By high school and above, these children may be influenced by what they hear, what they see, but they are at an age where they can make their own decisions. However, it's ironic, and this is the age where we begin to see most of the hatred and injustice. Me personally, my friends are CIA CGSS. My friends are CIA CGSS. My friends come in all colors, genders, sizes, and shapes. So speaking for Deborah, my friends come in all colors, complexions, genders, sizes, and shapes. I love everyone. So it matters what you are taught, what you see, what you witness. Now, but as I began to do the research, I'm saying that in preschool, all the kids are having fun and they don't really see difference. Well, as I began to do research, what I found was that babies as early as 9 months old, they recognize, faces and become familiar with different people. So as a baby, they may be out and about, but not very long. So the majority of the people that they see, look like they look. So they too differentiate between different people, but it has nothing to do with prejudices or anything like that. It's just, that familiar thing. It's just like if your parents only buy strawberry ice cream. So you're brought up eating strawberry ice cream. You think it's delicious. You've never been introduced to vanilla or chocolate or sherbet or any of these things like that. If you go somewhere and someone puts these different flavors in front of you, so you see all these different colors, what are you going to select? The strawberry. You're probably not going to even want to figure out what these other things are. So that's the same thing with babies. So then as they get older, then they may be, taken to daycare or taken out more. Then they begin to see difference between people and everything. So in my research, what I found was that, so even your babies, they are seeing or being familiar with certain people. So how do you get them to then not focus on one type of person, or not begin to show them that there are differences? Well, this can start when you begin to teach them the concept of reading. So you buy books, and of course, like at first you buy books and they have minimal words most times. And so you're reading these books to them, but they have pictures. And most times by our younger kids, pictures that have like animals and trees and birds and little children in them. So what you would want to do is to buy books that have different cultures, so multicultural pictures in their books. When you begin to read to them, You don't say, you know, well, Mary went for a walk with her mom. They passed the park where there were many children. And then you don't point to the pictures and say, see, look, here's a black child and a white child and an Asian child. No, you look at the pictures with your child and you say, here are girls, here are boys. These are children playing in the park. You don't point out differences in people. And then that's the same way with anything else. You know, people today can find the least little thing to make fun of people. So that would be the same thing. You wouldn't say, here's a picture of some kids in a book. You wouldn't say, this is a fat little girl. This is a skinny little girl. This is a tall boy. This is a short boy. Unless you are teaching the concepts of short and tall, maybe, but not to talk about a weight or anything. You know, a lot of times, my friend Kara Crockett, she talks about the power of words. And words are powerful because, you know, just in that picture, if you're pointing out to your child, fat, this child is fat, this is the fat child, this is a skinny child, you don't know how that may begin to impact them if that's the way that you always portray those pictures when you are showing them to them. So then they think, okay, fat, skinny, is one good, is one bad? And then what may happen? They may get into this whole anorexia, you know, and all this stuff about weight. So we have to be very, very careful with the words that we say, the words that we use, because we never know who's listening, what they're going to pick up from what we're saying. And all these things are important. So we want to be, you know, aware of what we're saying, because sometimes as, you know, as parents or adults, we just talk. We just talk and talk and talk. And our kids are listening. You know, we always talk about parents need to listen to their kids so they can pick up on what's really going on with the kids. Check out your child the next time you're having a conversation. You may be on the telephone. You may have company over and you're talking. You think they are doing something else. They are listening to everything you say, every word. They pick up these things, and when you least expect it, they will repeat what you said. So if you have prejudices or biases of anything of that type, you should keep those to yourself. You don't teach those to your children, because the only way that our society is going to get better is if we teach our children the right way. There are good people and there are bad people. You cannot look at them, a person, and figure out if they're a good person or a bad person. So you can't go by the clothes they wear. You can't go by the job they have. You can't go by the school they attend. You have to get to know the person by watching that person, interacting with that person, what have you. But all people are different, and you're going to run into good people and bad people. So, you know, it is very important. It's essential that we begin to teach our children early on that everybody, God created us all equally, and we all start out as good people. And it's only when we learn bad habits that we get to be bad, or we do bad things or mean things to people, like bullies. That's something they learn, you know, whether they overheard conversations from their parents or other kids. They see the other kids around them being mean to people, so then they decide they're going to do it too. But it's something that they picked up or they learned. You know, they weren't born that way. And so I, for one, want our young men to live in a society where they are at least treated equally. So it has to start somewhere. So we do need to start with our younger kids, trying to teach them the right way to interact with others, to be friendly with everyone, treat everyone the same. And you don't judge a book by its cover. So they can't judge people by the color of their skins. Everybody is entitled to be who they are. And now, as I was saying earlier, my parents never taught me, this person is nasty, this person is mean, you can't like this person or whatever. They never taught me any of those things. Of course, when I was younger, I went to school with people that all looked like me. But in middle school, I transitioned, so I went to school with a lot of different looking people. But I did not, all of a sudden go, okay, I never, interacted with these people, so they must be bad. No, I just interacted with people. I treated people like they treated me. So, I did have a confrontation, but that was because this person singled me out, called me a name, tried to walk away, but they hit me. I had to hit them back. So that was the bad encounter that I had. But other than that, I had friends, and I always had friends of different nationalities, different cultures. I have like maybe, I'll say 4 or 5 friends that are my ride or die friends. They've been my friends forever, it seems like. And I know they're just a phone call away. And of those friends, they don't all look alike. And one of those, unfortunately, she went to be with the Lord, but she was just one of my closest friends, one of the sweetest people that you ever want to meet. She was nice at work. She was nice at home, regardless of where we were. She always treated me the same. She was just a person to me. I interacted with her children even when they were young, because when I met her, I think her son was 9. And so her daughter might have been maybe 6 or 7. So we always interacted. My family, we are not all the same. I have 3 beautiful daughter-in-laws. They're all very smart. My sons did well. They got some beautiful, smart ladies for their mates. And so my daughter-in-laws, they're all 3 sweet, smart. I think they love me. I love all of them. They don't all look the same. They look different. So you cannot, in order to be a well-rounded person and to say that you are a Christian and you want to be the type person that God wants you to be, you cannot walk around hating people and labeling people. You have to treat people the way you want to be treated and give them the opportunity to show you who they are. Some people walk around and say, oh, policemen are bad. But if you are in trouble, who's the first person that you dial? 911. If it's not a fire, if it's something else, who are they going to send? They're going to send law enforcement. Are they bad then? Now, grant you, there are some bad law enforcement. They're just employees, just like somebody on a corporate job. So there are some law enforcement employees that are not so good. There are some that are okay. There are some that are great, right? Same thing as a person that works in Walmart in customer service. There are some that are not so great. There's some that are horrible. There's some that are friendly, courteous, and get you in and out. So it doesn't matter. Lawyers, you have some lawyers, they're all educated, they all have to pass the bar. There are some that know how to interact with their clients and treat all clients the same. Some, not so much. Some are superior. So it doesn't matter who the person is, what their profession is. Some are good, some are not so good. People that you encounter, if you encounter them in church, you know, that everybody that's in the church building is not a Christian. So even in church, you're gonna, and they can be all the same color. You're gonna encounter some that are like, whoa, did she just fuss at me because I sat in this seat? I'm a visitor. I just came in, the usher brought me in, and I sat down. And now this lady is screaming at me that I'm in her seat. Now, is that a nice person? No. It might be someone that sees that encounter and they say, oh, so sorry that happened, you know, but feel free to sit any place that you like. No, this is God's house. It is just a different in people, what they encounter, how they're raised, how they're taught, and things that happen in life. You know, this, as I gave the example about the babies, you know, they're babies and they see those that are in their space. So I just wanted to talk about this morning because, again, I'm not here to hinder anyone, to hurt anyone, to make anyone mad. But there are some things that just need to be talked about. Some things are hard conversations. But if everybody is afraid to mention them, then how can we get better? If you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know, you can't do better. So this is just some information. You can use it, you can dismiss it, whatever. But I think it's some good information. And I think that, you know, if our young man is aware of people and all people are good, unless they're not, it doesn't matter what shape they are, what size they are, what complexion they are, what gender they are. They're good or they're not. You have to learn to interact with everyone. You cannot single out a group of people and say all of them are bad. As you go on your life, on your way to trying to be the best that you can be and building your best life, you want to be a person that has good character. What does your character say? Does someone have to be afraid to be your employee because you're a person of color? Are you going to be fair to everyone? You have to learn that you have to be fair to everyone. So for our young men, I want you to understand and get to know people, do your research, understand that not everyone in any category is all bad. You have bad and you have good. So like I said, in my family, we are a mixed family. We love each other. We treat each other the same. I have different professions in my family. I have law enforcement in my family. I have doctors in my family. I have educators in my family. And we all one big happy family. So if you can do that within a family, you can do that within a neighborhood. You can do that within a community. You can do that within a city. You can do that within a state. You can do that within a country. We can get to be a better people. We want to be a better people. Is that not right, Miss Peggy and Tiki and Kyrie and Linda and Dan? We all want to be better people. You know the old saying, why can't we all just get along? Wouldn't it just be so much better if your son or your daughter walked out the door to go somewhere and you could say, have a great time, and not think about it anymore until they got back. You didn't have to worry about them being pulled over and being treated any differently than they would, than anybody else would. That you know that nobody's going to mistreat them, that you know nobody's going to try to put anything in their drinks and take advantage of them. No one is going to try to rob them or take their car or anything. That everybody is trying to do better. You know, we have a new mom on here. She wants to be able to know that when her son is not in her sight, that he's okay. He's protected. Nobody's just gonna harm him just because. You know, we have people that have toddlers. They have to send them to school with different teachers. You want to feel like when I send my child to school, I don't have to be on edge all day long, you know, wonder what they're doing to them. Are they, you know, making sure they eat? Or if they have to be changed, are they going to change them when they're wet? Or are they going to just let the diaper stay on them too long or whatever? You want to be comfortable that your child will be treated right. You have to send your child away on a school bus to go to a school across town. You want to feel like whoever their teacher is, that they're going to get the same education they would whether they went to the east side, the west side, the north side, or the south side. You want to feel comfortable with that. You want to make sure that they're going to get that same education, they're going to get treated fairly, and all is well. And so you don't have to try to be away from them, do your work, concentrating on, you know, what's going on with my child. You know, I hope nobody harms them. I hope nobody snatches them when they're on the way to the school bus. I hope their teacher's not mean to them. You know, I hope their teacher doesn't try to teach them something, you know, against what I would teach them. All of these things that we have to, you know, go through day in and day out. So, you know, the parents on here, the grandparents on here, you know, family is first. Or second, God is first. But your family, you know, that's the only one thing that, and I started to say that you have control of, but you really don't have control of them because you have to let them out of your sight. And so we want to begin to feel comfortable that they're going to be safe. They're going to be treated fairly today, tomorrow, next week. So we have to start somewhere. So I apologize if this conversation was not comfortable for someone else, but some things I think that we have to talk about in order for them to get better. So that is why I'm having this conversation this morning. So I hope that it helps someone. And if you think that, hey, there's someone that can benefit, excuse me, from this conversation, by all means, please share it with them. If you think, oh, you were just off it today, you don't ever, you know, bring up anything like this ever again. Put it in the comments. Send me a DM. Let me know, because I won't know if you don't tell me. But I am here to help, and to help is a 360. I have to help in all areas. I can't just, you know, keep it in the soft places. I have to be willing to talk about those things that are crucial conversations or hard conversations. And so that's what, you know, I attempted to do today. I just think that it is a subject that can be helpful. So I wanted to put it out there. So please let me have your comments. Let me know what you thought. I would appreciate it, so I know not to veer it this way again, or, you know, that this was helpful. So I appreciate you tuning in. I enjoy this because I want to see our young men thrive. That means that they have to thrive in all areas. They cannot, they should not have to try to succeed in life, being better, working on goals, uh, learning new things, learning about character, reputation, how to keep these things, how to be financially stable, how to be self-disciplined, and all the time worrying about their back. Nobody has my back. I got to watch my back. That's not fair. So this talk was to try to get them to understand where people are coming from, what we as a society can do to assist and help people and their mindsets, help them to understand where they need to make that shift, where their thoughts may not, be helping. So if you're someone that, teaches your child, oh, they're just wrong. They're just wrong. They're just bad people. You might not want to do that because you're poisoning their minds, and unjustly so. I'm sorry. So if you were someone that's teaching your child, and I just, put it out there for one example, if you're teaching your child, because of what has happened to like George Floyd or some others, that all law enforcement are horrible. They're against us. That's just wrong, because they're not. They're not out there. They're not, and because of that and people teaching that, we've had law enforcement that have been harmed unjustly. They were not the ones that did anything wrong to anybody, but in retaliation, someone has harmed them or one of their family members. So then that begins to be a vicious circle. So we should just, try to treat people the way we want to be treated. Think before we act. What am I getting ready to say or do? Is it something that's going to help somebody? Is it going to hurt somebody? Is it going to hinder somebody? Think before you act. Decisions are key. Decisions are essential. Decisions are crucial. So we don't want to do anything in life that's going to hurt someone else. And so we don't want to teach that to our children. We want our children to be well-rounded. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in today. Please visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. On there, you can read my weekly blog. You can get me on any of my social media sites. You can find out more about my platform, why I came up with this platform. As well, you can go on my web store, see the services that I offer. As well, you can get, an autographed copy of my book, Build Your Best Life, where I talk about basic principles to assist young men and their village. So those people, parents, grandparents, mentors, coaches, pastors, educators, everybody. This will help you to help someone, if not yourself, to build your best life. So you can, if you go on my website, you can get an autographed copy of the book. As well, you can get a copy from Amazon.com, and they also have the ebook on Amazon.com. If you're in the Bahamas, you can contact Anastasia Smith. She has copies there. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, here at Build Your Best Life, building your best life is our business. That is not a slogan. That is my commitment. And as you travel on the road to being a better you, you will run into distractions, pit stops, rough terrain, and detours. Don't let any of these negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be a better you so that you can build your best life. Thank you. I hope to see you here on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have Quinn Sams from Jacksonville, Florida, on our educators chat. So please tune in this Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And all mothers, grandmothers, and great grandmothers, happy Mother's Day. Love you. Be blessed. Bye-bye.